So Brett Cooper took a job at Fox News, along with a bunch of other Zoomers. Apparently, Fox News has hired. Did you know? Fun fact: the average. Take a guess, like a real guess, because don't make a hyperbolic, funny guess. How old do you think the average Fox News viewer is?
Oh,
85
to 65.
Right between 69, giggity. So 69 years old. Like Fox is their viewers are literally dying off. So they've hired these Zoomers and they've said, well, we're not doing this to bring in Gen Z or younger. Of course they are. Of course they are. No, I've got nothing but love for Brett Cooper. I'm happy for her. But what do you make of, I think we're going to see more of this. Like, I could definitely see Hannah Claire get hired away from us at some point. Luke and I are kind of untouchable.
No, you're stuck with me. Don't worry about it.
No, if Fox News backed up the Brinks truck for like do you have any idea what those terrestrial TV people make?
Insane
like
money.
I would be like, you're an idiot. You're taking this job. Like, I would be willing to bet you Brett's got $3 to $5 million contract for a once a week appearance. Mm-hmm. It's like stupid. Look at what Tucker was making, 40, 50 million a year. Like, that's just from Fox. So, I mean, the money that they pay, I mean, that's why MSNBC, like, they got rid of all their talent because they realized it doesn't really matter as long as you have someone on board who has TDS. You know, so there's some people who are like, you know, giving her backlash for this, saying it's going backwards. I think that's dumb. I think she should take the money. I think this does not mean she's going to stop her own show.
Preclude her from doing her own show, right?
Not that I've seen.
Making appearances, but she can continue to do her own content.
Yeah. I think this is basically mainstream media being like, we're in trouble. Do you know this kid's only 23?
Mm-hmm.
She's 23. She's just a fetus. But they also, I don't know, I'm unfamiliar with these other people. They mention Trey Yingst, Bill McGlugan, and Lawrence Jones are apparently also young talent. I'm unfamiliar with any of them.
No, I don't know.
What do you make of this big push into like trying to hire away YouTube stars?
It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to sway these influencers to be more pro-war boomers.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering,
and,
right?
And neocon supporters and supporters of Ron DeSantis, because there's a big kind of ideological shift between Brett Cooper and Fox News now. You turn on Fox News, is just
huge.
It's old people hyperventilating about how Iran's going to nuke us and how they're going to murder all of us in our sleep and suffocate us while we're not looking around. They're like, Iran's going to shut off your sleep apnea device and kill you because they're bad.
Shut off your sleep apnea device. It's awfully specific to the old opinion. Yeah.
Look, that's why they fear it.
These sandal wearers in the Middle East deserve to have a glass parking lot that we're going to give them with our freedom. Yeah. That's literally what you hear on Fox News. That's not the message that you see Brett Cooper stand behind, as of course she was kicked off of the Daily Wire, which is like Fox News Light. Okay.
Yeah. I think I've always said that, and I've never asked her because I mean, like, we have an okay relationship, but like, it's none of my business. But to me, it was very clear that she knew, like, with what she was making on that YouTube channel, and again, no shade at all. Yeah. But she was making $100,000 a month or more on the YouTube channel. And I'm sure Daily Wire was not giving her anywhere near half of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she knew.
Someone in the chat room said, Iran is going to take away your boner pills.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes, that's Fox News.
Yeah. Iran's going to come take away your President Trump engraved shitty 1911s and your gold coins.
Yes, and your mugs. They're going to take away those mugs.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of this for Brett Cooper, like, congratulations to her for, building an enormous platform for herself and also getting a probably multi-million-dollar deal. Like, she seems like someone who works hard and deserves to see the fruits of the reward. Whether or not you love Fox News, like, it's still good for her that she's able to achieve these things. I think one of the challenges with this type of hiring, and it's not shade on Brett Cooper at all, but just when you have legacy media like Fox News or CNN or whoever does it hire a bunch of Gen Z influencers thinking, and now the Gen Z people will come, I would wonder if they actually look at the analysis to her channel and her followers, because I bet she's actually followed by a lot of,
yes,
55 to 70-year-old
100%
men who are conservative. So
Yep.
is she bringing an authentically Gen Z audience with her? Like, is it enough to be Gen Z? Do you then have Gen Z eyes on you? And that's just not always true. I think probably branching out and doing her own thing allows her to develop that more. And I don't know the analytics behind her platforms, but I would bet that probably they are actually bringing someone who has an audience that's largely the same audience that they are already playing to. One of the fascinating things about this to me is like it's the platform a lot of young influencers who start out in conservative spaces are on. I can't remember which one it was, but one of Charlie Kirk's like early books that he released or wrote or whatever, when you read it, it's like written for boomers. Like all of the language is boomer-esque.
Yeah.
But they're like, at the time, especially when he was starting, because he was this young, like 19-year-old building this like get out the vote movement for college kids, and he didn't go to college and whatever. Like it was the boomer backers who helped grow that organization. No shade to that. They have the money. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like you have the token young person to play to the older generations. And it seems like Fox News is maybe stepping into that a little bit too. I don't know the analytics behind Brett's channel, but often it's like, so what are they going to do? Put her on a panel where they're like,
my audience isn't
Gen Z perspective.
Yeah. My audience isn't Gen Z. My audience is the coveted 35 to 55 for the most part. I don't have any very few 20-year-olds watch my channel.
Yeah.
And while Brett Cooper covers some more like TikTok stuff, she's also very popular on TikTok and other platforms that is worth mentioning that have a more of a Gen Z audience. I don't think this is going to save Fox News, but I'm happy for her to get her bag and, to shine a light on her channel.
Because it did seem like the Daily Wire stuff had some tension behind it, and for her to just like have a bunch of wins is cool. Like including the fact that she's having her first baby. All good things.